The story of 2024, part 2. Let's recap. The dragon of 2024 met with the tiger in February, and then with the rabbit in March, and then, as we all must do at some point in life, and actually often, sit with ourselves, which was the dragon sitting with the dragon in the month of April. Discovering, after all, we really should be doing this, right? Answering the big question of who are you? And that's what the dragon did. And after the dragon sat with itself and learned who a dragon is and learned to fly, found its wings, the dragon flew off into the month of May. And this is where part 2 of the story of the dragon of 2024 continues. So welcome, my name is Lydia. This is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel. And often on this channel, I like to read the charts of famous people because I think it helps us to better understand our own lives and our own charts. Today, though, we're talking about the Bazi Chinese Astrology Animals and how the dragon meets with each of those 12 animals, and again, including meeting with itself. And so the dragon, so we've gone through the tiger, the rabbit, and the dragon itself. And now we are at the snake, the horse, and the sheep. So the dragon is flying high, feeling good about himself because he's figured out who he is. I can fly. Sees down below on the ground something slithering along. He swoops down to check out, what is this cool creature? And the snake says, I am serene and intuitive. I come into this world knowing, but I prefer to be behind the scenes. You go out front. You be the big voice, the big presence. And the dragon says, okay, you sound interesting. And they spend time together. And as the snake and the dragon are together, they discover that together they can innovate and create and dream of really cool things to do. And that's what they spent the month of May doing. Dreaming, planning, creating, innovating. And the dragon left May, and the snake coiled in the cool grass, very excited about the dragon's future. After all, so much had been planned and created. Something suddenly goes whooshing past. Whoa, what was that? And the dragon, very distracted, leaves the snake. They weren't quite finished all their plans and projects, but the dragon was very distracted by this amazing thing that just went running past. And he can't keep up. He has to fly to catch up with this horse. And you remember that the horse that we had for June 2024 was a Yang metal horse, much like the Knight of Swords in Tarot. This is fast moving. The dragon had to fly to keep up. Finally, the horse stopped for a drink of water, and the dragon had a chance to ask the horse, what are you all about? And the dragon is like, I am fast and impulsive, and I'm like, I love to do things. I like to make stuff happen. I'm very impulsive. So together, the horse and the dragon ran fast through the month of June, doing things spontaneously. Sometimes they'd wander off and do their own thing because they're both independent. And then they'd come back together. Let's do this. And it was fast, and it was impulsive, and it was very dreamy. But it was so much energy They both wound up very sweaty and worn out. Now the dragon is limping along. That horse went running away, off into its own pasture. And now the dragon has gone off into another field where it sees a sheep sitting in the shade under a tree. The dragon has just had 2 months of so much fun, dreaming and planning and creating and being active and adventurous with the horse. And now it comes across the sheep. And he asks the sheep, another earth animal that is yin earth, more like sand, what it's about. But the dragon comes in so big and loud, the sheep says, shh. And the dragon talks about all that it's been working on and how maybe this is another animal that will help perpetuate his dreaming and innovating and creating. Shh, says the sheep of July. Notice the cool breeze when you're in the shade. And the dragon, but look at this. Do you want to go do this with me? Shh, says the sheep. Notice how your feet feel in the cool grass. The sheep says, dragon, don't you want to sit with me and enjoy this quiet now moment? And the dragon's like, but I got all this energy and I want to go do stuff. Come on, let's go do stuff. And the dragon is frustrated. He can't seem to get the sheep to get up. She doesn't want to do anything. She just wants to enjoy the now. She doesn't want to plan. She just wants to enjoy the day that she has. And the dragon is frustrated and probably will be throughout the month of July because the dragon wants to go and the sheep wants to stay. The dragon wants to go on a big family beach vacation. Let's load the car up with all the stuff. Let's go. The sheep wants to go on a solo retreat to Lydia's house. Come on down. That's another one of the things that I offer is beautiful retreats here at my home in Virginia. The dragon wants to dream big with his head in the sky, and the sheep is looking down at the ground, recognizing just what is. And in this, the narrative of 2024 brings us to a bit of an impasse and a standstill. The sheep is hot earth, like the sand at the beach in the summer when you've got to go, ooh, 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 because your feet are burning. And you try to get to the wet sand by the ocean to cool your feet. The sheep, my friends, is going to ask of the world collectively and for each of us individually that to answer our own tug of war of what we really want to be doing. And just because the voices in the room, the voices in the news, the voices in social media, all the voices, it's a loud world, we're full of noise. The sheep is the invitation. Turn it all off. The only voice worth listening to is the voice within your own heart. The dragon will take a long time to get to that point of stillness with himself. He's too busy with his imagination. And that's okay, because he's a dragon. You're going to be a dragon, right? We're not asking the dragon to be a sheep, nor are we asking the dragon to even get along with the sheep. But what is being asked of us is to answer that call that can only be answered by you. What is your mood? Are you feeling more dragon or are you feeling more sheep? Are you ready to climb into that car full of family and the food for the week and all that's asked of us when we do these big family vacations? Or what you are really longing for is a retreat for yourself? And do you have the agency to ask for it? To actually express your needs in a calm, loving way to the people around you so that they understand that you're feeling more sheep or maybe more dragon. And how do we resolve that tug of war? So this is a short video, but it is a sweet story. And let me just say that going forward, the next 3 months are going to be hell on wheels, my friends. Let's forecast this, will we? In this little snippet. The next 3 months are going to bring us into the monkey, the rooster, and the dog. The dog is the enemy of the dragon. So at this point, the dragon doesn't realize that he's about to enter battle very soon. But first, he's going to have a whole lot of fun with the monkey. And he's going to find his voice in the month of September. And then he's going to battle. And after the battle, we are going to meet with the pig, which seems like a sweet reprieve. And so I'm going to leave you with this. And I have to say that I love storytelling. And I think that there is so much richness that we can extract from a story, even more so, perhaps, than facts and more grown-up ways of talking about astrology. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you want to leave a comment with love or even a question, feel free. And if you're curious about your own Bazi Chinese astrology, who knows? Maybe you are a sheep dragon person, right? So if you want your Bazi astrology read, I've got the links below in the description. And until next time, friends, be well.